to the SBC radio show. Today, me and my co-host Nathan will be talking about which division we think is the toughest, and we also have a live audience with us.
Hey, now today, the division that I will be debating about is the NL West. Now, record-wise, you have the Dodgers in first, absolutely destroying the competition. Then you have the Padres, Diamondbacks, Giants, and Rockies all under 500. I think that a lot of people are sleeping on this division because of all their win percentages, but I really think that any of the teams, maybe except for the Rockies, have a chance at just making the postseason, going on a run, getting a wild card. I think that the Dodgers definitely win the division, but there's so much talent on these teams that are under 500. For the Padres, you got Tatis, Machado. You have so many guys that are big names and that have been good before. If they can, the Diamondbacks, they just went to the World Series last year. They can turn it around. They did it last year. They were they were in a decent place record. I think they can really turn it around in the second half. And the Giants, they also have a lot of guys. I think Blake Snell, his last start, step in the right direction. If he can lock in for this pitching rotation, they would also be a very good threat.
Well, I do think the NL West does have potential to start contending. I think the best division in the MLB is by far the American League East. They have 3 teams well over 500, with the Rays also being not much back. The Orioles, Yankees, and Red Sox will all be postseason favorites, and the Orioles have not lost a series in their division this year. They have superstars like Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman. Well, and they also have a solid pitching rotation with Corbin Burns and others. One player that could step it up for the Orioles is Cedric Mullins. He's not having a great year. But the Yankees are only 2 games back of the Orioles, and the Red Sox are 6.5. So any 3 of those teams could win the division. And I think whoever does win the division will win the World Series.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? You and Bears jersey.
What do you think about the NL Central?
I think that they're also a very top to bottom, probably the most complete division. About all 5 teams can really go on a run. However, I do think that none of the teams really have that spark that can really get them far into October. I think while the Brewers are good, they have a lot of young guys. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that come August stretch, September into October. I don't have much confidence. And the rest of the division, Reds, Pirates, also a lot of young guys. They haven't really been there before. It's a very, very young division. I just don't really know if a lot of the teams are going to be able to really make their mark in postseason.
I think in a few years the NL Central will be the best division in baseball. Pirates with Paul Skeens, Jared Jones. Cubs have
lots of prospects. They have 7. They had 7 of the preseason top 100 prospects. They have a lot of guys. They have a lot of free agents. They have a lot of guys that they can trade. I think they're also going to be a team that can.
Yeah, the NL Central is young. They'll be good in a few years. I don't think they're there right now.
Do we have another question?
How do you guys feel about the AL West?
The AL West is, in my opinion, very disappointing this year. You have the defending World Series champions, Texas Rangers, under 500 at the moment. The Houston Astros, only 4 games over. And then the Mariners, only 8 games over. I thought the AL West would be the best and the most competitive division in baseball with the Mariners, Astros, and Rangers, but none of them have looked extremely impressive this year, especially the Rangers, just coming off a World Series win.
Yes, unfortunately, they have not been playing up to standards. Mariners have been very good. However, they only have 1 All-Star, and that's a Logan Gilbert. That kind of caught me by surprise. This division not really as top to bottom because you have the Angels and Athletics obviously rebuilding, and I think that in a few years they could be good, especially the Athletics. They have some guys that they can build around as long as they don't trade them, they have potential. But right now, I'd see for them to be the most competitive division in the MLB, I think the Astros and Rangers are really going to have to get going to really prove top to bottom. And that was SBC. Join us tomorrow. See you later.